Alright guys, I was doing a little CQ calling tonight and I noticed that I had a problem. My trans radio here is got a PTT, an RCA jack that goes from the radio over to the amp to send it to ground. And it was working and boom, snap and quit working. And normally what I do is I go into a box here sold by Radio Dan here on eBay. He sells a box that allows you to do multiple radios and multiple amps and then switch between them. And I have a switch I can dial, if you can see it here. I can dial this switch to select the particular radio, and then when I key the radio it'll activate the amp. Well, I think I'm going to have to open this up and service it, because that's my problem. Because now when I went directly from the radio with the RCA jack into the amp, it's working. And I can, let's see, let me make sure. I'll key and show you. And you can hear it keying up the amp now. So, before it was dead. So we're going to have to do a little simple repairs, probably a soldering connection. I had to do that once before. I don't know if they heat up or what happens and they snap. We'll open it up and see what it is, but it's common. Now this is a sensing band amp, but it's common to use an RCA jack to go from radios to amps. So they ground them when you key up. It activates the amp. I just had multiple radios I was using, and I believe on his device you can use up to 2 amps. Yeah, 2 amps and 4 radios, which is a pretty nice little box actually, and it has protection built into it. So, but anyway, so that prevented me from finishing my CQ calls. So we'll get that repaired and we'll come back and we'll carry on and see if we can do some more CQ work. Alright, thanks for watching the videos. Alright, for you ham operators, here's that RadioDan.com relay buffer interface. It calls it RBI42. I thought I'd show you what I did. But first I'll explain it a little bit to you. Here's the 12 VDC that goes out to a power supply that powers the device. On this end here, Radio Dan has you 2 relay controls that go out to your amp or your amps. You can have up to 2 amps here. And in this particular model, the reason he calls it the 4-2 is you can have up to 4 radios, transceivers, transmitters, see? And he labels them 1, 2, 3, 4. He gives you a knob on the front to select among the radios. Now, what happens is, in my particular case, I had to come in here and resolder. There's loose solder in here now. You can see I had to put a little drop of solder to resolder one of these connections because it had quit transmitting. And you can see now I'm using one here, just one radio going out to the amp. So this yellow RCA jack is going from radio 1 to the PTT ground here on the radio, the Yaesu 5000 here. So this grounds for my transmitter, and I'm sorry, for the amp. And then this red here is going into the Palstar Auto LA1K amp. So if this is now repaired, let's test it. I've got it on radio 1, and we're going to watch that amp and see if now it'll engage. Yes, and we can hear it. You can hear it clicking now and engaging. There's the click. It grounds out and activates the LA1K. So that was a simple fix. It's happened to me once before. But like I say, normally you would go from your transmitter directly to your amp. I bought this from Radio Dan because I can operate multiple radios and share an amp or share 2 amps, and I have had as many as 4 radios before and 2 amps, and I could just rotate them among them. So this is a RadioDan.com, and he has had many devices. I assume he's still selling these on eBay at an eBay store, but it's he has a neat number of products, and I'll highly recommend them. Okay, thanks for watching and helping me through this repair, and subscribe if you like, leave any comments, and we're going to get back on the radio tonight and see if we can do a little more CQ calling.